All right, this is lab 9. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the project first. All right, to gain an understanding how to use mobile devices, there's been some mobile devices found at the crime scene. Gather as much data as you can. But in the case for you guys, I made another quiz, which makes it so much easier. On me. I don't know about you guys, but at least you know what I'm looking for. So it's better than, yeah. It says, use NK7 to analyze the images. Now you will see on D2L, there's 2 separate images and then a zip file. To get the zip file, it includes everything. You don't need to download all 3. Okay? The zip file is 964 megs in size.
Okay.
If you get it separately, one of them is 75 meg and the other one is 999 meg. The zip file is actually a little bit smaller. So they were very huge. Reason is the phone you guys are analyzing is the phone my stepkids used for a while. If you know anything about kids, they literally, there was a movie, oh look, the dog's walking across the living room.
Same one for the mobile device class.
Serious? Same image, yes. Same image.
Change the color.
So but yeah, they're quite large. I did put it on D2L. I did go delete a couple of the videos because actually it was over a gig and it wouldn't go up on D2L. So a gig from D2L is going to take a while. It took like 20 minutes to upload it, so I'm expecting 20 minutes to download it. So don't click on it. Huh, that didn't work. Click again. Huh, that didn't work. Give it a while, okay? Because look, once you start downloading, it's going to be like 2 minutes before it even gets to 1%. So just give it some time. Okay, so download them. This zip file actually contains both of the other files. But if you need to, you can download them separately, and there's what they're called. Okay? It's an iPod and a Rostate phone. If you are in the mobile device class, you should get 100 on this quite simply, quite easily actually.
Does it have to be yours?
Yes, has to be mine.
Oh, what if I took the wrong one?
Because some of this is the same project.
Just me in that class, and we all know that I can do this.
All right, so a couple that, if you look at last year, it says get out the file server. Don't. Those are the wrong ones. So retrieve enough information to answer the questions. You know, you all know where to get NKs from? You don't? It's right there. No report, just answer the questions. All right, now let's continue on. I'm going to show you how NCase works for mobile. Okay, this is NCase 7.10. You must open a case, okay? And I'm going to dump some evidence in here. And I'm going to throw this piece of evidence into my project. There you go. I have my evidence. You just drop it in there, or you can click Add Evidence and find it, whatever way. I don't care. But it could take a little while to get imported. This is not the one you're going to be using for this project. Okay?
Of course.
I was going to use the same one as the project, but I said that one's really big. I got the smaller one. So, okay. So, basically when you dump it in, this is what you get. So if you click on it, then it shows you the mobile viewing. You'll notice I'm in the Evidence tab. I'm looking at the mobile data. Now I can always click this green arrow to go back to where the evidence name is. Very important to know how to do that. So to list the evidence, you go there, then if you click on it, or you can go to mobile data. Easy enough? You have to know how to go back and forth. Now let me explain a few things here. On these questions, I actually deleted a couple questions today. I spent probably 4 hours today, maybe 6 hours, making sure you could find all the answers in a reasonable length of time. But there was 2 of them that would take an excessive length of time, so I did remove them. So I made it a little bit easier on you. Now, when you look at things, you can just click on them, and here's what you're going to get. Okay? Can't really see a whole bunch of anything. All I did was click on them. Okay? What's really important are these boxes over here. Okay? Like, obviously, we got some images on this phone, so I click gallery, there's nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. Oh, great, there's no graphics. Okay, what you need to do, you need to play with these little checkbox thingies here. This is called the home plate, and this is a checkbox. Okay? Now, if I go in table view, come on, there it goes. You'll see it's actually selecting everything under that area. You can also expand these out, so on and so forth. Now here, I'm on the Media tab. So obviously I should see pictures at that point, don't you agree?
No, you're not checked.
But I don't have it checked, so I'm going to check here, and I still don't see any pictures.
DCIM.
What you need to do, if you click on DCIM, then go into Apple, you'll actually be able to see the pictures. Okay? Okay? That's how you see the pictures. Now, what you can do is, like, I could go to the very top up here, click that little box right there, that green home plate. You'll notice I selected everything, and that shows me every single picture on the entire phone. Okay? Got NanCat. Got, well, this is an old phone. All right. So everybody see how I did that? That's just by clicking this little home plate. Kind of selects everything below. And I can also select table view, and that will show me every file on the phone as well. Every contact, every email, every SMS, everything just by clicking that. But that's a lot of stuff, okay? What you could do is go down in here and just see the images. Or maybe I want to go down here and just view this one contact. Now you'll notice when you look at it, you can actually see it down here at the bottom. So we have a contact number 1, has a phone number, and here's the information. It's 405-410-4648. I don't know who that is. Now down in the bottom view, we are recording, aren't we? Yes. Okay, you can click on report view. You can also click on text view. Normally the text view is not as handy. You can also click on hex view. Again, not as handy. Decode it, which sometimes you can go in here and see, well, this image doesn't have a picture in it. But if the contact had a picture associated, you could view the picture at the same time. Doc viewer does not mean Word document viewer. It's there's a name for it, but it's just a built-in viewer. Transcript viewer is kind of cool on some areas. Obviously not this one. What transcript does, transcript's great. Like say you're looking at the code for a web page. Now it's got a lot of tags in there to make it italics and bold and whatever. It strips all that off. So certain items, transcript viewer is very nice. Picture viewer obviously works good as well. You can also view it in the console. So just play with all these. And you can see the fields that pertain to it. So here it's very easy now. Using fields, I can see it was a mobile number, and there's the phone number. So clicking on the item at the top on the right, click on the contact. I have a phone number. So I can, different views to see it all. Easy enough to see how all that works. Pretty simple. I can also click on the home plate, but really see I can actually do this one. So if I click it here, now I'm actually getting everything below. I can see all the different phone numbers and so on and so forth. So you really need to work with the checkboxes in the home plates. Whoops, I kind of expanded it wrong. Well, where'd it go? There it goes. All right, so it's a little, normally the checkbox is like if you're going to do a search or something, or you want to copy something to a bookmark is why you would use that. But the green home plate button is the one that's pretty handy. You can also see SMS messages in here. Okay? Does everybody know what SMS is? Hopefully we all know what SMS is at this point. So if I go into SMS, now I can see there's some messages in here. Okay? What was that? What should I get for us to eat? I don't know. Brisket and ribs. Oh, that would be yummy. Okay. But do you know how inbox and outbox works on an iPhone? So say you send me a message, SMS or MMS message. That comes into my inbox. If I reply to you, that goes into the outbox. Even though they show up in the same view on my phone, it's still inbox and outbox. Okay. What happens if Cameron sends me a picture? Anyone know what happens on an iPhone? It's in the message. It's an MMS, multimedia messaging. But where does the picture go? Well, I get it in my message, but it doesn't automatically get added to my photo tool. I have to save it. I have to go into the message to Cameron, click on the picture and say save to photo, or save to camera roll. So you might be looking in the camera roll and not see it. You might have to go into the messages to see some pictures. You understand how that works? Yeah. Because actually, when we were trying to shrink down this image, we were checking, like, where's all this damn space? There's 986 megs of SMS messages. What is this stupid videos? Oh, literally, we were like, oh look, there's the dog walking across the living room floor. What? Seriously. So we deleted a few of them to get it down to size, but we didn't sit there forever. So remember that. Very, very critical for this project. Some of the pictures are not always in the camera roll, which we showed at the very top. They might be in the messages. You okay with that? Understand what I'm saying? Okay. So very easy. I mean, what this does, first of all, let me explain with the logical images. Okay. I took an iPhone, I connected it to Ncase, or to my computer with Ncase on it. First thing it does, it has to have, if you want to play with your own phone, you can do this. You have to have iTunes installed, but iTunes cannot be running. Then you can actually just go under Add Evidence and let's say Acquire Smartphone. Pretty simple to do. It's right here, Acquire Smartphone. If your phone was plugged in, you can get it instantly.
What about Android devices?
Works like a champ too. But what happens is if you click Acquire Smartphone, see you have all the different kinds. But what's very critical is if when you click on it, it tells you what to do. Verify iTunes is installed but not running. If you go down here to Android, go into Menu, Settings, Application, Unknown Sources. So you need to enable these. You must follow those instructions at the top. The first time you plug an iPhone into a computer, guess what it asks? Anyone know? Do you want to trust this computer? You must say yes, because if you don't, it can't connect to it. So you got to follow those little steps if you want to acquire a device. But yeah, you can get all those kinds of phones.
How do you brute force it? Let's say
With
somebody-
this software, you're not going to. Okay?
Yes, it's legal. Sometimes it's just
Because what happens is, this software contacts the device and says, give me your data. Apple determines what to give us. So it's not a physical dump of the phone. It's a logical dump. In other words, whatever Apple says we can get off the phone, we get off the phone. We don't get the physical. You know how with an iPhone, I don't know how it is with Android, but I have the OS, but then I have my data. That's why I can upgrade my OS to a new version, not lose my data. Well, the other day I had to reset all my settings on my phone, reset everything. Didn't fix anything, but I reset everything. Didn't lose any of my data, I just lost my settings. So it's stored in two different areas. So Apple tells you what you can get off the phone. Yes.
I remember in the class we were having some of us were having trouble actually getting our iPhones to transfer. Even
Check the trust, because I actually had the issue and contacted them. We walked through it. It's actually the whole pop-up. They must have missed the pop-up of trust the computer. Because I did it again downstairs and had the same issue. I couldn't acquire it until, sure enough, I closed it all up, brought it back up again. There was a little pop-up in the background that says, "You want to trust this computer?"
Okay, I was
Check
checking.
that,
I
yeah.
did the trust thing and I still couldn't get mine.
Still wouldn't work, huh? Try it again. I mean, let's see, it might work now. But I'm going to acquire this one today. So it is kind of weird. But now, physical acquisition, we can do that as well. We have a Celebrite. Celebrite can actually get the data just like Ncase, but it can also do a physical dump of the phone. The problem is it's encrypted. You can't really do much with it. And it doesn't make an image file. So I was going to use this for this class, but what it does is it gives me like every message is in a separate text file. Every picture is in a separate file. So I'd be giving you text message alone 35,000 files, which get old. So that's why we're not doing it that way. It doesn't make an even Parabin. We use that in a mobile device class. I had to give them the backup of the phone because it wasn't an easy one file. It kind of sucked. All right, so that's how you acquire a phone. You can play with your own phone if you want, but you must have forensics training at the top. Everybody should know how to get that working. Remember, it's the whole key issue. But if for some reason you can't get that working, let me know, because the licensing server was off again 2 weeks ago. So it goes up and down. I don't know why.
It's
But the
lazy.
one in vSphere is
He used to have its job threatened.
vSphere is working, but still, that's the same licensing server. So if you're doing it in vSphere and you connect and you still get the acquisition mode, let me know, because there could be an issue with the licensing server. Now, the weird thing with Ncase, you can actually acquire stuff without a license, hence the whole acquisition mode, but you cannot acquire a cell phone. Because it sucked. I actually taught a class in Missouri, drove all the way there with our Fred, had the licensing server here, I said, I don't need it because we're just going to be acquiring the image. I get up there and I could not acquire a cell phone. I called them like, oh, sorry, you must have your licensing server to acquire a device. But I had no way of connecting the Fred into the licensing server, so that sucked. But it wasn't a happy day. Okay. So we know what SMS messages are. You can very easily, go in here, click on them, and read them. And you can go into the field view if you want. It's whatever you want to say, It's there's the I don't know. Okay, what's going on? Well, okay. Man, that's right. I didn't put much on this one. That's right. This isn't the one you guys are using. I would say, wait a minute. There should be 35,000. You guys have a lot more. I was like, where are the messages? Okay. Now, these are just some sample ones. Okay. All right. So, again, I could select this little home plate over here. Then I could see them all at one spot. I could see the inbox and the outbox all together. So, I don't know. Field view is good. Report view is good. Depends what you want to see. Okay. But play with that. Look around some of these other settings. There is all kinds of settings. We already showed you where contacts are. There's actually a lot of contacts on here. Let's go to contacts. A whole bunch of them. Okay. So I will be asking you some things about contacts, some things about emails, that kind of stuff. Cookies, right here. There's some cookies. Okay. Hey, quiet back there. Okay. Cookies. Very easily look at the cookies. Okay, pretty simple. So look around. You can look at the wireless items on here. It's not hard to find anything. And just like Lab 7, multiple people over the 2-week time period have contacted me. And I'm not going to point out anybody, but like a guy came in today. It was kind of funny. He's like, I can't find those darn keys. I said, okay, what type of system is it? He goes, it's a Cisco router. So I went to Google, type in Cisco router. And I said, okay, what do you want to do now? He goes, well, I want to view the RSA keys. So I typed in view RSA keys, hit enter, and there was the answer. A lot of times Google will give it to you. But I will tell you, Google will not give you a lot of answers about EnCase. I don't know why, but it's not the easiest thing to find. If you want to search, okay, again, we're on the evidence tab. Remember, we're actually viewing mobile data at this point. See this? Viewing mobile data. You can actually drop this down, go over to evidence, or I could hit the green arrow as well. Now, when I'm on here, if I want to do a search, what I can do, select my evidence, and I want to do a raw search, and I want to do a new search, and I want to add a keyword, and I want my keyword to be whatever. There's not much on this phone, so I don't remember what's going to find. Don't worry about grep. We're going to actually do that in another project, but you can put in the search expression. So I'm going to say OK. Then I'm going to say OK, and it's actually going to run. You see down here now there's, wow, lots of hits. The word Ken is in here many times. 2,755 hits so far. I should have picked a different word, I think. I wonder if I can stop it. Click it. Cancel. Yes.
Ken is Batman?
No. Then if I go view search, it should show me my results. And I didn't let it finish. That sucks. Yeah, well, okay, let's pick a different word. Raw search, new raw search, keywords. Let's pick, can't put Ken in there.
Ribs.
Ribs, because that was one of the text messages, wasn't it? Okay, let's do empty select. That's fine. We're going to search for ribs. Now on here, we can do grep, case sensitive, whatever. We're just going to leave it as is. Now it found 1, found 2, 3, 4. Then I should be able to go into search. Hold on. What?
Where did it show?
Oh, it's set down here in the bottom. Hold on. View results. Is it in results? It's such a hard time finding the damn results. Come on, it was up here earlier. Evidence. You did that. There's the mobile data. It's not what we want. I had the same problem earlier because I did raw search. We ran it, and we already ran it, and I should be able to view. Did it put it in bookmarks? No, it did not put it in bookmarks because those aren't what I ran. The results should be here. I don't know why they're not here. But luckily for you, there's actually nothing you have to search for text by. But you should just be able to go. It's not records. Maybe it is. Hold on. No, that's the mobile data again. That's not what we want. Close all these out. It should be under View Search. It should be right here. Why is it not here?
Select results on the right.
That's exporting them. That's not what we want. Come on, I just did this earlier like 5 times. No, it's already been acquired. Should have been processed already. Well, obviously, because they found the results. We saw that. But why am I not seeing... Oh, there it is. Duh, I knew it. Okay. I don't think this part's very intuitive. See that little key right there? See it? Right here, this keyword. That's the keyword options. Then when you click on ribs, it shows you the results with the ribs. Okay. Every time I miss the damn thing. So basically, it comes up with tags. So you click... So I ran the search and I clicked on View Search, go over to this keyword. Like if I clicked on Ken, you'll see Ken's in there quite a bit. If I clicked on ribs, it comes up there a lot less. So this should actually be the text message. Wasn't it one of these text? There it is. The SMS. What should we have for dinner should be in here. Come on. Oops. It was SMS 7. Outbox, SMS 7. There it is. Brisket and ribs for dinner or just brisket. So it does work. I keep forgetting where that damn key thing is. So remember. So again, now we're doing view. We have to go back to this view. And that little key is what you need. And here's the statistical stuff. But really the key, that's the one I always miss. I don't know why. So one more time, let's walk through how to search for something. So I'm on my evidence. Don't do it from this tab. Don't do it from mobile data. Do it from evidence. Make sure you got it selected. Click raw search. We're going to do a new one. We want to search for a keyword. And over in this view here, I can just click new. And we're going to say, what are we going to search for this time? Is that how I spelled it? Okay, we're going to say OK. All right. And now I'm going to say OK. Now if you watch down in this bottom right hand corner, you'll see when it finds it. Found 0 hits, 1 hit, 5 hits, and it's done. Then you go up here to go View Search. And since I'm already on the key, it remembers that. But you guys, first time you go there, it's going to be there. Go to the little keyword, then go to brisket, and you'll see there it is. It's word 21 in some dictionary. Yep, dictionary words, word 21. It's also an SMS 7. If you double click on it, it goes right to it. Then there's briskets and ribs are just brisket. Easy enough on searching. You can use it because there's some things in there I said, hey, what is so-and-so's email? You could search for the name. So it could help you, even though you don't necessarily need it. But there's only 35,000 messages. So it might speed it up a little if you search. All right, yeah, because remember that stupid key got me, ugh. You see, it's hard. You see, it's so damn small. It's like, why is it hidden like that? But that's what they do. Any other questions about how to use it? Just open the tabs up. It's not a big deal. Okay? Just open them up. Look at stuff. It's not hard to find whatever you want. Okay? Like raw data, camera roll. Then there's a media. Then I can go to the Apple phone. And there's the images on it. I can click on gallery and see the pictures on it. You have to find pictures.
Why are there a bunch of pictures of a drain?
It's top secret. I tell you, that's my part-time job. I am a sewer manhole cover checker. Not really. Just sounds good.
Man, that one fit my arm. It ain't no manhole.
That's an armhole. Armhole. Okay. So it's not hard at all. Now I give you an image of an iPhone and an image of an iPod. So they're both basically the same. Okay. Everything's in there. You can open the quiz up. Now, any questions about how Encase works on this? We got that down? Because I didn't want you to see the questions until afterwards. I'm not going to save this. All right, now, here I actually added the questions. Now, I think the actual image is called iPod-1. Hopefully you can realize that's the same item. iPod 1, iPod-1 is the same one, okay? Using that one, how many Wi-Fi connections were there? Okay, what number did they call? What's the last name of the person? The first name was Rose, that kind of stuff. What's an area code? What's the latitude? Who should you share your Coke with? What month was Michaela born? That kind of stuff. And what's the file name of the hat? Now,
Is that yours?
I know it too.
got it from old Germany. All right, let me explain something.
That is a rhinestone.
Let's read that question, the last statement in the question. What is the complete, exact file name for the hat shown?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
So a file name might include what?
The extension.
Extension. So when I say complete, exact file name, any questions on that? I'm just asking.
So we don't need the file.
Yes.
So
You need the
just want the
extension. Then I'm going to rewrite that question. This pertains to one person only.
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, the questions I will put up there. The quiz is up there. The quiz actually opens at 6:45. It's again non-timed. I was planning on using the same image for the lecture, but at the last minute I found a different one to look at. I said, oh, that way I don't even have to bring up the regular one. Because I tell you, some of you are going to be like, there ain't no hat on this damn phone. Telling you, it's going to be some of you in here. You're going to be bashing your head against the wall. Trust me, there is a hat.
Bet you $50 is in the text messages.
I don't know, it's somewhere. Somewhere. But I did specifically tell you mostly everything you need to know. I didn't stress Wi-Fi as much, but no one seemed to ask.
Wi-Fi, show me
Wi-Fi.
now.
Too late, too late, already closed it, already closed it. Ask the question before I closed it.
No, but the class isn't over, so
It's not hard to find.
Yeah,
It's not hard to find.
we still have 30 minutes.
You will find a lot of Wi-Fi connections. No, we actually had that discussion today with somebody else, but yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop this recording, and then I'll finish that story. All right.